Hello and welcome back to another Swift tutorial. In today's tutorial we're going to talk about comments. Comments are very useful for reminding ourselves what we're doing in our code. For example, say we were writing a certain bit of code and we just want to do a little explanation of why we wrote it this way. So later when we come back to either debug or have another programmer look at our code, we want to kind of say, hey, this is what we're doing, this is what we're thinking, this is why we did it this way. And this gives a better understanding to not only yourself but other programmers. Now, since we're in the process of learning, this is a great time to use comments to remind yourself why we do things a certain way. For example, say we went and printed something out and we want to say, hey, this is why we did this. So later on when you go to review your code in the playground, you know what you were doing. So comments are very simple. There's not much to them, but just understanding how to do them and use them often will take you a long way. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Open up your Xcode, and we're going to call it comments, C-O-M-M-E-N-T-S. Hit next. Create. And there's two different types of comments. One is a single line and the second is a block comment. Single lines, this is a single line up here comment, and this is usually used to kind of explain what the code does. And a block comment is more or less used to deactivate bits of code in your program to either debug or test something. So let's take a look at both of them. Like I said, the above playground now is a place where we can play. That's a comment. So let's go ahead and look at another comment. We'll say we are learning Swift, and that's a comment. We could also do comment like this, where we have multiple lines of comments, but each line must start like this. This is another comment. Alright, so that's what we do here. Now for when we write these comments, this will not be displayed to the user anywhere. So it's in our program. It's just for us and for our coworkers or other programmers who are working on our program with us. Now for a multi-line comment, if you ever worked with CSS, this is basically the same thing as a multi-line comment. We'll say this is a comment. I can span several lines. We can keep going on and on and on and on, and we just end the comment with a star and backslash. There you go, and that's the end of a comment. That's a block comment. So that's it for comments. Just want you to know, when we're practicing writing code in your playgrounds, use comments to remind yourself, hey, why do we do it this way? What are we doing? So when you go back to just review things, you know what's going on. It'll save you a lot of time and make it easier to learn Swift. So I'll see you in the next tutorial.